everybody's week? That was fun premiere. I like that. Lots of chitter chatter. What do we got going on? We got Waldrop. We got Stanifer. We're a little bit wobbly. Hold on. Okay, everybody's here. Patches is back. Eric's here. Kapla's here. Stanifer's here. Eric's here. Pinnell, of course. Waldrop. All right. And Mike is here. Yes, indeed. I gave it a thumbs down, but they stopped showing those. Oh, that was fun, but that was the best of the premieres so far, I think, in terms of number of people who showed up. And maybe I should starting the premieres at the normal start time for the show, and then people will find that there's a little bit of confusion. Like, wait a minute, isn't this supposed to be the live show? I tried something different. It's the last show of the year, and I kind of got sick of like rushing around to be, because I work until 4 and sometimes 4:30, and then I got to get home. Well, then I got to stop and get beer, and then I got to get something to eat, usually a drive-through of some kind, and then I got to get here in time to start. And I'm always like not really geared up for things when I'm flustered a little, So I put it off until the regular show time this week. And then we'll do the show after. You guys don't have anywhere to be. The Wild Stash brought him in. Thank you. Good job. Thanks, Eric. It was a tense turn. I was not... There was some concern during that thing. It was uncomfortable. There were times where I was uncomfortable with what was happening, but all turned out okay. I don't know if Eric's gonna get, or if Megan's gonna give it to who she planned on giving it to, but it's in the mail. It's on the way. Ken, I think, wants to keep it. Is Meg's happy? Meg hasn't seen it yet. Ken saw it because Ken is OC and he was watching. So we're not allowed to tell her. She said she wasn't going to be able to make it because she works tonight or something and isn't going to be here until 8:00 her time, which is 7:00 here. So in an hour or so, she's going to tune in. And nobody tell her how it went, because we want to leave her hanging. You did miss the premiere, Jax. The premiere started half an hour ago. Thanks for keeping up. Can we ask her how she feels about Purple Heart? However it needs to happen, okay? Just, Ken, when she gets home, play it cool. Be like, you're going to want to watch that video, I think. Or maybe tell her not. Yeah, maybe don't watch that one. I sent her the link to the premiere with the title that's like, did the bowl explode, or did Megan's bowl explode on the lathe? I was like, you should probably tune in this week. Good job, Les from Kamloops. I did a lot of time in Kamloops. Let her sit down, have a glass of wine, join the live show, and then we'll have her watch it after the fact. My Sunday mornings are never chill. Yeah, I see this time difference thing. You're going to have to move. Because you're not only in Australia, but you're on the other side of Australia. So like it's even worse in terms of like the time difference. It's another like 3 hours from Scott, right? Can we all make obvious hints that it exploded and that Mike mailed her a box of wood chips? Oh, could you imagine? I send her the bowl like in 2 pieces. Be like, oh, that is something that I would do. And then I would send like the actual bowl a couple days later. And then she'd be like, to let her be disappointed for a couple of days. Different Scott Lenzen. You're Lenzen, okay? Correction, I'm on the good side of Australia. I know I'm on the good side of Canada. And he's 2 hours. Okay. You're sure to kill me. I don't know. She seems like she's got a pretty good sense of humor. If she got a box in the mail from me and she was all excited and opened it up and it was like a thing in 2 halves, she would probably laugh that I sent it, be disappointed that that's what I sent, and then for a couple of days she would probably email me and be like, "What the hell, man?" And I'd be like, "Sorry, but you ordered it, and that's how it happened." And then a couple days later, she'd get like the new one that's good. Oh, how's everybody's week? Everybody cool? Everybody smooth? I'm having a way better week than I had last week. But picture last week we were supposed to turn that thing live on the show and didn't because I wasn't having a good day. Could you imagine how that would have gone last Saturday night? Would not have gone well. I'm glad that Megan said, like, just put it off for a couple of days. Or put it off, man, you're not feeling it. That was the right decision because that would not have ended up as the awesome thing that it ended up as if I would have done it last week on the show. Stanifer got to turn a little today. What are you making, man? Did I ever change where things are plugged in? Not really. I mean, some things are plugged in where they're supposed to be, but the lathe and the table saw and the heater are still all on the original circuit, which is what caused that situation. Spalted Maple Bowl. Hey. Right on. Just send her some wood chips and some Starbond with a note that says, "I have faith in you." That'd be good. Some assembly required. The IKEA stamp on it or something. Yeah, Eric turned all kinds of stuff today. He wants to send me pictures of what he turned today. And I said no, because one of the things he turned today was a sample of what he has made for me. And I said, no, I don't want to see it. No hints, no teasers, no nothing. Just, I want to get the box in the mail and be surprised. I want to move the shop around this week. You have a bunch of days off. Maybe you could come help. It's not really a matter of moving things around. It's just a matter of, well, it's changing the location of power bars and getting things plugged into proper circuits. So like that box is going to be bandsaw, grinder, lathe, and an open one for the sander and whatever else I happen to need. That one is going to be dust collector and 2 open ones so that I can plug in things that need to have dust collected from this. So like when I'm out planing in the driveway, I can plug that in over there. Maybe the oscillating belt sander. That one is still going to be drill press and battery chargers. This one is going to be jointer This one is going to be heater and table saw? Question mark? I don't, not exactly sure, but yeah, I need to just get everything plugged in where it needs to be. Time lapse of Mike and Ike. Mike and Mike, I think. You mean he's not Ike. I don't think that'd be right. We should call him his name. Like to start on building walls this week. Oh, still getting the shop going. Right. I can come help, just have it all done there before I get there. Yeah, it's not that much. I just have to like take this extension cord from over there and run a new situation in that corner, and then figure out where table saw is going to be plugged into. Maybe heater is plugged in over here instead. Then this can just be table saw. Don't know. It's not that much like rearranging of stuff. It's just getting stuff plugged in where it needs to be. Whoo! That's it. That's all. That's good. Yeah. I had to leave it in. Because it was hilarious. Don't forget about the fridge. The fridge is on the original circuit. Fridge and drill press and battery chargers. Fridge. Yeah, fridge, drill press, battery chargers on that one. Heater can come over here on the opposite circuit from the jointer. Table saw can come here. Bandsaw, grinder, lathe on that one. It'll be good. It'll be good. Who needs a fridge? Everybody needs a fridge, Jax. Where do you keep your Starbond glue if you don't have a shop fridge? Don't you have a selection of Starbond glue? I do have a shop fridge, Pinnell. I do put my Starbond glue in the fridge, Lenzen. Yes. You were at the premiere just before this where you watched me go get my glue from the fridge. Did a set of river coasters, hey? A walnut coat rack and a fractal burnt grunt call. I don't know what that is, but okay. Very productive day. Productive days are awesome. Maybe keep your glue in a drawer. Your entire shop. Yeah, I had one circuit out here until 2 weeks ago, and now I have 7. My whole shop was on one circuit for the last 2.5 years. It's like ever since I had a shop out here, it's been on one circuit, and it's been a hassle. Like I pay attention to what's going on. Yeah, clearly. I'm too busy making fun of the guy. What'd you miss? We're making fun of Jax for not having a shop fridge. We are making fun of Lenzen for his attention span. We're talking about what's being plugged in where in the shop once I get everything reorganized. Not much. The huge. Had to get another beer, drank a whole one during the last video. Yeah, the drinking game was good, right? Every time this guy says cracks, or crackage, take a drink. Yeah, there's at least a dozen. I don't know, I wasn't counting, but I said the word crack a lot of times in that video. Big old crack. It was, I should just as soon as I found out how big and huge and deep that crack was, I should have just said, no, thank you. Let's move to the next piece. But I gotta just, it was super nice. And I wanted to see if I could finish it. And I did. And it turned out awesome. I think it turned out awesome. I got a bonus this year in the form of a Target gift card. Hey. Don't usually shop there, so I'm going to use it for a shop fridge. Yeah. Kapla gets a shop fridge too. Soon as Jax gets another circuit, he too can have a shop fridge. And then maybe he can leave his GoPro plugged in somewhere so that he doesn't have to cut his lives short because his GoPro is running out of battery. If he ever bothers to do a live show again. I'll have room for a shop fridge after you move dust collection outside. Nice. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love to have a little bump out for the dust collector that just like pipes in to the shop. Because dust collectors are kind of annoying sounding when they're running when you need them to run. Seeing what you go through, you never will again. Next bit of real estate will be taken by a drill press, you think? Yeah. Maybe drill press. Do you really need a drill press? How much drill pressing do you need to do? Well, I guess, yeah. You're hollow. Yeah, it would be nice to get some Forstner bits down into some of those blanks that you're gonna then hollow out. Less wear and tear on the turning tools, I guess. Planning on putting dust collector outside, the air compressor outside. That's good. Mine's extra loud because you changed out the impeller for a larger one. Yeah, nice. Least favorite neighbor. Yeah, probably true. Neighbor has a U in it, though. Are we going to turn? Should we turn on this one too? We'll turn on the premiere. We'll turn on the live show. I made some pen blanks. I managed to prep 4 pen blanks in time for the show. They're just slim lines again, but I've got the Spanish cedar, a piece of the Spanish cedar that Paul sent, a pan of the Western red cedar that Paul sent, a scrap of Peruvian walnut, which was a cutoff from the knife block that I was making. Marv's just popping in to say congrats on another solid year of making things and stuff. Thanks, man. Enjoy any time off that you have coming to you. Happy New Year to you and yours. That's a nice message. Thanks, Marv. We miss you. Come on back anytime, my man. So we've got Spanish cedar, Western red cedar, Peruvian walnut, and cherry, because I know it's Lenson's favorite. So I've got the pen mandrel up on the lathe. I got the pen press out. We can do one of these at some point if we feel like it. I don't know if anybody feels like it. Maybe you got enough turning in the half-hour video that preceded this, but they're here if we want them to be. It's up. I'll leave it up to you guys. I also brought the guitar out. I'll let you guys direct the show. Can you try putting the grip swell at the top of each section of the pen? Well, I don't know what that means. Are you talking about the little like bump out thing that... Wait till you get the nice wood that you just sent me. flare the top and not the middle. Still not picturing it. Are you talking about like, so instead of doing that way, you do that way? Like do a cove instead of a, and then come down so it's got like a little nubbin at the end? Do you win the cherry pen if I turn it? I don't know how the show's gonna go, Lenzen. Clearly, I don't know how this show ever goes. We're just making this up as we go along, my friend. I think that's why people tune in, because I don't even know what's going on. Hold the pen vertically. Put the swell at the top end of each wooden section. That would look stupid. Wouldn't that look stupid? Tell you what, Mike. You draw me a picture of what the hell you're talking about. You send it to me on Facebook Messenger. I can open the bubble in the top corner and I can see what you're talking about. Because I don't, in my head, that looks stupid. Could just let the chips fly and not worry about them. I think we might be referencing an earlier conversation. Pen with a bell end. I'm not good with terms. Like the whoopity whoops that I do, but just with one whoop. Like when I make whoopity whoop pens, but just have one whoop at the end instead of like whoop, 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 whoop. These are the types of terms we use here on Mike's Wooden Things and stuff. With the whoop, but just the one whoop instead of the whoopity whoop. Once I establish what it is you're talking about, I can tell you whether or not that's a thing I'm going to do. Maybe we won't do one at all. I'm having a good time just hanging out. I just turned a chip and dip bowl like right before this. You guys watched me turn for a half an hour already tonight. There it is. What has he got? Okay. I guess that doesn't look as stupid as I thought it was going to. It's like bulbous and then bulbous. Maybe. Darn a pen with 30 grit sandpaper instead of chisels. I don't have any 30 grit sandpaper. The lowest sandpaper I have is probably 80. And that would take a long time. That's a cool idea, though. That's a good. I'd probably get a lot of views on that. If it was turning a pen with sandpaper only, probably would get some views on that. Trust me, it'll fit the grip of a larger hand better. You see, you lost me with trust me. Shinto rasp. I wonder. Shinto rasp on the lathe? That ain't safe. But most of what I just did before this show was not safe either. I should have either been filling that crack periodically and then turning it away and then refilling it and then turning it away, or putting it aside and doing a different piece of wood. I watched that back afterwards and I was like, dude, I don't know how you managed to not explode that bowl. Start with the blank having 8 sides. You just chamfer all the edges of it. Maybe Shinto rasp on the lathe. Might be an interesting experiment. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe next year. This year's coming to an end. I still have to make a segmented bowl by the end of this year. And there is not much year left. So I'm not going to be using the Shinto rasp on my segmented bowl. Finish sanding would be a bit rough. Yeah. You better get busy. That's why I'm thinking maybe Monday, Tuesday, I'm off. And I could get things plugged in where they need to be plugged in. Planer hooked up to dust collector so I could mill the strips for the segmented bowl. Cut them, glue them up. Monday, Tuesday. Get them glued into a stack. Christmas Day, maybe. Between opening presents and going to my parents for dinner. Boxing Day, maybe turn it. Edit the video 27. Get it out before the end of the year. Maybe it's possible. It's a possible thing. Haven't done any epoxy yet. I did an epoxy charcuterie board. So yes. Where you been, Bass? Pay attention, yo. Yeah, get the epoxy one. Get the guitar, obviously. So the segmented bowl is the only one left from the resolution list. I'm running out of time. If the guitar wouldn't have taken 6 damn months. The guitar took half the year, so yeah. Gonna turn your segmented bowl tomorrow. Oh, Paul's gonna win. Wasn't a race. I've been busy. Yeah, I get you. It's all good. I can make fun of you. You guys come here and make fun of me all the time. I'm gonna make fun of you back. Do we want to turn a pen? Or do we just want to hang out, have beers? Box for wife. No box for wife. It's not a thing that can happen. I just don't have enough time. And she either has enough little wooden boxes or I'll make her 2 for her birthday. Turn the pen I described eventually. There you go. I like that last word. Eventually sounds great. Eventually sounds like exactly when I want to turn that pen. How about this? You commission me to turn that pen. You pick a wood that I have, and you commission me to make that pen for you, and I'll make that pen. Have you ever tried a live edge bowl? I have not tried a live edge bowl. I've turned over 200 pens for the wife, and she still wants more. Hey, everybody's got their stuff. My wife likes little boxes. Blew up the segmented bowl tonight. She just pull the planer out and start milling up wood to make a segmented bowl tonight? No, I don't think so. Just made 7 French rolling pins this week. I'm done with rolling pins. Yes, I can imagine that's true. Do this one for all of my watch. You already bought 2 of my pens? Yeah, but not for you. You don't have any of my pens, do you? Didn't you buy them for other people? This one you're buying for yourself. You're rewarding all of your own hard work throughout the year. We'll get to it eventually. Maybe I'll try some new shapes of pens in 2022. after I fix the shop stool so that people stop bugging me. But I'm not fixing the shop stool. Make me a Christmas gift tonight. Yeah, but then you'd know what you're getting. And that's not cool, man. I always give my wife any pens I buy and use fountain pens. I used fountain pens for a little while when I was like trying to be hoity-toity in my, I don't remember when it was, a long time ago, and I was like, I'm gonna be fancy and use fountain pens. And they just got fucking ink all over the place. I like click pens. I'm gonna buy some click pen kits next, maybe. Because I prefer a click to a twist or a lid. I like, but I want to buy some that match my like drill bits and bushings and stuff, hopefully. Make me a set of turning tools. I need to rehandle some of my turning tools probably next year. Those little mini carbide ones that I started out with, I need longer handles on those. They're just too short for some of the things that I'm asking them to do. So that's a thing for next year. Fat Max cherry pen would be nice. I don't know what a Fat Max pen is. Candelaria. Welcome to the show. Don't be weird. Hope you're not a weirdo. Sometimes we get new names popping in the chat room and they end up being weirdos, and then I have to get Pinnell to take care of them. If you're not a weirdo, you're welcome here. Well, weird in the right kind of way. We're all a little bit weird. Penblanks.ca has some nice click pens. Great grandpa, have one on me. One what? I don't know, but have one. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate. I will have one on you. I'm going to go right over here to my shop fridge where I keep my beer. And I'm going to have one on you. I appreciate that, my friend. I love the set I just made myself. I can cut as fast as you do, but I don't have to press as hard. Do I cut fast? I don't have anything to compare it to. Like, I cut how I have developed my own cutting. I've never experienced any other turners in real life. I see people turn on YouTube, but they're speeding stuff up. It's all fast motion or just like a bit of a cut and then they cut away to a different thing. So I don't know. I have no idea if my technique is garbage or whatever. I get results sometimes. I'll tell you, after turning one of the blanks out of that batch, the bar has been raised for myself. That is easily one of your top 3 ever. Hey, no teasers. You're skirting a line, Eric. I told you no spoilers, no. I don't want to know. I just want the box to show up. I'm gonna open it and we'll find out together live on the show what it is that you sent. Turned 5 pens last week. I'm improving. Good. That's what life is all about. It's about improving in whatever it is that you're doing. The more stressed, the quicker I go. Is that like have you noticed that trend in my turning? When I get stressed, I turn faster. Because I should work on that, because I should be the opposite. If I'm getting stressed out, I should faster spinning, but cutting slower is how I should be doing it when I get stressed. Who's talking about what you turned tonight? What not what he made you? I thought he was talking about what the blanks that he. Yeah, no, he was talking about the blanks he took. He made a batch of blanks to send me, and he took one out as a sample to make a pen out of. And he's saying that they're like his nicest blanks ever, which is spoiler alert. Which is why I'm upset with Eric, and now we're not friends. That was a joke. I'm gonna go get the beer that Grandpa bought me. And it's possible that we're not turning anything tonight, because I played the drinking game with you guys on the premiere. And I think I crushed 2.5 beer during that episode. Every time I said the word crack or crackage or cracks, I took a drink. After typing the word drink in the chat. So, maybe shouldn't spin, but it's just a pen. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe guitar. Maybe not. Oh, we do have to. The show has to happen long enough that when Megan shows up, we're still alive. Because my friend Megan sent me a box. And I want to open it on the show when she's here so that we can look at it together. So we have to keep this going until 8 o'clock Alberta time when she's hoping to be home. Those are just fingers, best to stay safe. Yeah, probably. We can hang out. Maybe we'll jam. Maybe people will come up with random funny hypotheticals and I can come up with new names for stuff again. Oh, last week's show I think is my favorite show that I've ever done where I didn't make something. That was fun. Nut paste and Justin Bieber's balls. Still haven't put any Justin Bieber's balls in my mouth. They're still available. Got some snow over the last couple of days. Snow was a little bit early. But it's like slushy, gross snow. It's not like fun, go play in it snow. Alberta is in mountain time. That makes it 10:30 for you. The title is clickbait. Which title? The Justin Bieber's balls title? Matthias has a new wood breaking video out. He just breaks pieces of... Is that what he does these days? I don't know. I don't follow along with what Matthias does. But I think the last time we talked about him, he had just gotten done breaking pieces of wood for some reason. I tried them, would specifically choose them again. They're just Timbits, but they added crumble to them. All right. You said Megan would be here 8:30 her time. No, she said 8 o'clock her time. She said she wouldn't be able to be home until 8 o'clock. And I was like, okay, well, I'm still going to be live at 8 o'clock your time because I'm not going to start until 7 o'clock your time. And these shows always go over an hour. Wouldn't choose them again because they're just regular Timbits with extra crumble. Okay. Yeah, I'm just not trying them on principle. I don't want whatever you collaborated with Justin Bieber on. Like, I don't think I want anything in my life that has been a collaboration with Justin Bieber. I can't think of something that I would be like, You know what this would have been better as? A Justin Bieber collaboration. I can't think of a single thing that would be better if Justin Bieber collaborated on it. At least you didn't buy the special edition fanny pack or toque. What? There's a Justin Bieber Timbit special edition fanny pack? Is that for real? Oh, it wouldn't surprise me if that was for real. Okay, that's cool. Everybody can do whatever they want to do in life. I'd try Megan Fox's Timballs. What does that have to do with anything? Is Megan Fox with Justin Bieber? Is that where that's coming from? Because I don't keep up with who's with who. Why is Megan Fox coming up all of a sudden? Should have taken bets on how long it would take to mention nut paste. So I went upstairs after last week's show. Megan was saying that my wife was not going to fly, me calling peanut butter nut paste from now on. And I said, no, I think she'd think it's funny and I might give it a go. I went upstairs and I told her the story about how I've determined that peanut butter is now nut paste. And she laughed. And I told her I might just call it that from now on. And she said, okay, that's not going to surprise me. She said, but there's lots of kinds of nut paste. And I said, yes, and I'm going to call them all nut paste. Like crushed walnuts made into a paste? Nut paste. Any paste made out of nuts? Nut paste. I just wanted to talk about something that wasn't Justin. She's with Machine Gun Kelly. Is that a person? Sounds like a business organization. Is that an actual dude? He sounds great. All right. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. Let's talk about something better than those people. He's from Cleveland. I'm guessing that's what CLE means. Are you a Browns fan, Eric? I got a friend in town that's a huge Browns fan, but he's a realistic Browns fan, so he's fun to talk to. Because, yeah, he too has had some rough years as a football fan. I'm an Arizona Cardinals fan, so I feel his pain. Who else likes K&N air filters? Since we're talking about random other things, we can talk about the cost of wood. Yeah, sure. I like talking about the cost of wood because it's like I like hearing how different woods cost different amounts in different places. Like people in like the eastern United States have a completely different price makeup for their woods than we have, obviously, on the West Coast. I think it feels like it's mostly about transportation. Oh, here we go. We're going to have a fight about K&N filters. Overpriced. Everything good in this world is overpriced. 3/4 inch PT plywood is $50 a sheet. That's $50 American, so it's 70-ish. No, 65 Canadian, 3/4 pressure treated plywood. I think we're probably above that. So you do a lot of wood turning. Would you think my 10-year-old grandson might start this on a small level? He likes sanding and staining. You're a better judge of your grandson than I could be. I think 10, 11, depending on their comfort, if they're going to be, if they're comfortable but still respectful of the tool, I think that that's possible. I think that's a good, but it would be, I would be over his shoulder. We would be doing it together probably and getting a feel for the tool and how it cuts wood, and we'd be talking about the physics of how it works. And if he's comfortable with it, I think, yeah, maybe a couple of pens or something would be a good place to start. Full face shields and sharp tools and good guidance. Yep, I think that's doable. I've seen, who was it that I watched teaching their nephew? They were making pens with their nephew, and he couldn't have been more than 10 or 11. Maybe Jay Bates? Driving, though? No, you cannot participate if you're driving. Turn it off, go home, come back when you're not driving. I am not supportive of this. My daughter turned her first turkey striker. I don't know what that is at 15. I think, yeah, if like, it depends on the acuity of the child. Like, if there's a comfort level and respect for it's a fine balance, right? You don't want them to be scared. You don't want them to be like too comfortable and not understanding what can go wrong. But if they're in that good spot and you're there to guide them, I think you could put on a 1/2 horsepower lathe with a carbide tipped tool. I think you could make some pens with the child. Kapla was driving a tractor at 8. You see that? She can't even read what we're saying to her. She better not be able to read what we're saying to her. Keep your eyes on the road, yo. This might be the first time ever somebody is driving while listening to your YouTube show. Nope. It's absolutely not. Because Chili used to do that all the time. And he would pull over and type stuff and then go back to driving. Good suggestion. I think we'll start with a small lathe from Grizzly. There you go. Yep. Just a little benchtop guy, a carbide tool, and you're, for the first little while, maybe you're behind him, like with his hand on the tool, doing it and making sure that he's going slowly and making small cuts and the speed is up and he gets the mechanics of it. Full face shields. He was trying to stay awake. She's doing it because she wants to. What? That's hilarious. I think you were here. Pay attention. I want a big lathe, 2436. Had a guy. Save your pennies. I want a big lathe too one day. But I'm in a good spot. I have fun with my lathe. I'm not a production turner. I'm not trying to make it big, enormous, fancy things. One day I'll have a big lathe when I have a big shop. Right now I'm okay. Maybe I'm okay for now. I don't know. If I could find, what's the next Laguna up? Somebody was telling me 15 something. 1530. I think that would sell this one for $1,000 and put that towards that. I could see that upgrade happening in this shop, but not full monster lathe. 1524, Stanifer says. I could see that happening in my shop, but not a big monster standalone thing. Might just start screaming and Megan won't know why. They're just like, okay, everybody, let's go over to the lathe, and then like turn it on and be like, and then hit something really hard with a hammer. Be like, no, damn. For the price difference, I would go with the 1836 over the 1524. It's not really a price. It wouldn't be a price difference at that point. It would be a space constraint difference. I had a buddy that bought the biggest Laguna lathe with all the accessories, and he only turns pens on it. Well, that's like, I mean, Mark Spagnolo has like the top end Powermatic. I don't think I've seen the guy do anything more than a lidded box on it. You can do small things on a big lathe. You can't do it the other way around. So, I mean, it was a free lathe for him, so why not get the biggest one? But it's just kind of funny that he's got like probably a $7,000 Powermatic lathe or something. I don't know how much it's actually worth, but it cost him nothing. He turned the handle for his new bench vise. Oh, that's nice. Couldn't have done that on anything smaller. 2436 is $4,000 US. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Shouldn't laugh about free lathes. Paul's never paid for a lathe. First time I saw it used in here. Yeah, Ashley Harwood. Yeah, I guess if Ashley Harwood wanted to stop by and use my lathe once in a while, I would probably make sure I had a good one too. But that's a damn good question, Mr. Stanifer. Because that is probably the direction. Mike asked, how much is a one-way? And that's a good question, because that is how I would want to probably upgrade. If I had a bigger shop and I was going to go on a full-on lathe, I would probably want to drop the money required for a big one-way or a robust. And it would be the last lathe I'd ever have to buy, and it would hurt, but it would be the last one. That's a lot of rolling pin sales. Yeah, but God, it would just be so nice. No vibration, no, like, you could throw up whatever you want on it. It wouldn't even need to be close to centered, and you could spin it as fast as you want, and it would just... Laguna 1524 is $2,300. 1640 one way is $4,900. So that's it sounds like a lot of money, but if it's the last lathe, McGill's here. Damned epoxy pour did not go as planned. Oh, you get some leakage. What are you pouring? Now I want to know what what Sean screwed up, because I've seen epoxy go bad. The big one-way bowl lathe is $6,800. It'd be the last one. It'd be the last one. And if you're at that point, if you're at the point where you need that lathe, that's probably not that much money for you. Tried to fill a void in a blank you were turning. Then it started coming out where it wasn't supposed to. Okay. What would the resale on a lathe like that, on a one-way? Probably 90%. Oh, yeah, Ken, you were looking at Vicmark. I did some research on that Vicmark you were looking at, and I don't think you want to go that direction, because that is a small lathe. Because those numbers, Vicmark's numbers, are based on the millimeters of space between the bed and the spindle. And you were looking at the VL100, which is 100 millimeters, is 10 centimeters. That is not very much room, my friend. And you are going to tire of that very quickly. It's a high quality unit. Unless you want to just do pens forever, you want to look at a different direction. Hey, beer on our 1 acre homestead. Picked up a Jet 1221 VS last year for $600 Christmas special, a complete starter. That Jet 1221 is, I think, probably the most popular starter lathe of all time. And I've never heard anybody complain about it. It's probably Sean Graham's favorite lathe, and Sean Graham knows what he's talking about. His channel is worth the effort. Worth effort. I think he was trying to be funny, and it was worth the effort all put together, and it just became worth effort. If you don't know Sean Graham, go check him out. He loves that lathe, and he is a fantastic teacher. I am not a fantastic turning teacher. Do not try to learn from me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm exploring wood turning on the internet in front of people. Sometimes it works, and I have fun doing it, but I would never claim to be a turning instructor. But you're more than welcome to hang out with us while I explore the lathe, and I'm happy you're here. And thank you very much for chipping in. Every bit helps out. Figured that out later. Thanks for thinking of you. I was actually gonna send Megan an email and be like, don't let Ken buy that lathe. You're a great teacher if we do what you don't. I guess that's true. I am showing how to not turn. That's not true. I get results. I'm improving. Earlier tonight I was just talking about how everything in life is about getting better. And I'm getting better. Stanford says you're better than you think you are. I appreciate that. And sometimes I believe that. Sometimes I think, actually, you know what? When I didn't explode that chip and dip tray, I was like, maybe you do have an idea about what you're doing. Scary results and getting much better. Yes, I'm just working through it the same way that we all need to work through things. It's just that I'm doing it in public. Way to go, dude. She's still listening. Oh, damn. I screwed it up. Sorry. God. Maybe she stopped listening because I told her to turn it off. We haven't seen her say anything for a while. I'll check his channel out. First time I watched your lathe injury video using improper tools. Just subscribe after that. That took me out of the game for 10 months. So, yeah. It looked easy on the internet, and it was not easy. Well, it's not true. Would have been if I would have been paying better attention and closer attention to what people were doing. I was just like, she's in bad service by now. Ken says she can't hear me. All right, sweet. I might not have ruined it. Yeah, I was starting to gain confidence. I had made one of these. I'd made a thing, and I was like, sweet. I can make things on my lathe. And I tried a bowl, and everything went wrong because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was overconfident in thinking I knew what I was doing. And I hurt myself, and it scared me. That was on my old lathe. It was on the Mastercraft lathe using these chisels. And it wasn't bolted down. And a lathe chisel, and yeah, if I'd used a lathe chisel, it might have gone better. Yeah. Watched you for a long time, subscribed a while back, but I forgot to turn on notifications. Yes. Yes. I appreciate you tagging along with me, though. Last time I thought I knew what I was doing, I got a divorce a few years later. Life's weird. Yeah, I mean, we're all on a journey. That's all I can say about that. But yeah, my lathe journey has been pretty roller coastery. I started out, everything was going just fine. I hurt myself. I stayed off it for 10 months. I tried it again, thinking maybe it was the tools. And then it was only kind of the tools. But I thought maybe with a better lathe. And then so I did the better lathe and the better tools. And then it just like the curve was just like, boom. Oh, this is what this is supposed to be like. Oh, that's rad. And then since then, it's been kind of a 2,000 RPM will humble you real quick. It can do. Or just keep getting better. Whatever it is that you're doing, just keep getting better. But don't keep getting better, but don't get upset if you're not better every time. It's a curve. There's going to be outliers on the curve of getting better. It's a slow growth. There's going to be outliers that are below and above, but the overall curve needs to be going up. "100% of people that drank H2O die." Yes. 100% of people that drink water die. Life is the leading cause of death. This is good. This is exactly true. Do I use carbide tools at all? I do. I've got a little set of 3 that I started with that still get used. I've got my Easy Wood Tools #1 hollower. I've got the Easy Wood Tools parting tool. So I've got 5. I've got 5 carbide tools that are regular rotation tools. Gave the old lathe to my friend's son so he could turn stuff. There you go. Pass it on. Getting better is good. Just don't get cocky or complacent. That's what hurt me. Is not cocky, but complacent. I was like, oh no, I know the physics behind how this works. So you make sure that you're cutting this way and that you're shaving. And I was like, I thought I knew how it worked. And I got complacent and pulled focus away from what I was doing for a second. It all went horribly, horribly wrong. Aren't carbide tools better? Can't you just use those? That's two different questions. Yes, you can just use those. But no, I don't think carbide tools are better. Carbide tools cut differently than gouges and high-speed steel tools. The physics, I'm talking about physics, the physics of the cut are different. So I don't think that they're better. I think they're easier, but I don't think they're as good. But they're easier and often more convenient, and they will get you results that you might be okay with. I'm okay with the results of my carbide tools. Ashley Harwood would not be. No one is immune to getting hurt. Look at Stumpy Nose. Yeah, everybody can get hurt. Carbide tools are basically glorified scrapers. I guess, yeah, it's one way of looking at it. Yep. Don't you use carbide for finer cuts? You can. And that's the way I use carbide. Like, if I need to get into a little area, I'll use my pointy tipped carbide one, just because that's what I'm comfortable with. But there are high-speed steel pointies. You look at Daryl. What's their Dreadnought Workshop? He's got a high-speed steel super pointy one that he does gorgeous work with. Here comes the debate. No, there's no debate. Everybody can use what they use. I use a pointy tip carbide thing to get detail work done because that's what I'm comfortable with. I don't see anything wrong with that. One day I might be more comfortable with I bought a spindle gouge that I still haven't shaped and sharpened because I thought maybe one day I'm going to need a spindle gouge, so I should buy one. But I get by with my carbides. I don't think my results are as good with my carbides as they would be if I started using my spindle gouge and got comfortable with it. But I'm okay with the results that I'm getting, so I don't practice and try other things. I prefer the traditional tools when they're sharp. That's the other thing too. You don't have to sharpen carbide tools. You just replace the tips or turn them 90 degrees to the next one. Carbide can be better for turning with metal inlays. Yes, I've heard that they are also, a lot of people prefer them for turning epoxy. Got some new spindle gouges. Okay, cool. I bought it because I thought I wanted to try it, and then I haven't yet. Carbide's less likely to grab. I'd say it's about the same. It's a different angle of approach. With a carbide tool, you want to be coming in flat or down. With a gouge, you want to be coming in up. So it's a different type of cut. Using a tool correctly makes them less likely to grab. That's the short version of what I said, yes. They're both equally likely to grab if you are using them improperly. Stanifer recently bought a Thompson bowl gouge. I heard good things about Thompson. One from Carter and Sons, which I have never heard of. Doesn't mean that they're not good. Didn't mean you necessarily. Some traditional turners aren't fond of them. Yes, everybody has their own path that they're taking. I sharpen my carbide bits with diamond files when they get dull. Gets free lathes won't replace carbide bits. Paul Waldrop, everybody. That was funny. Shut up, that was funny. Oh, we're having a good time. I'm cheap. Clearly. It's $20 for a new 4-sided carbide bit. Okay, any input on Crown Pro bowl gouge? No, but I want to try one. I almost ordered one. The Crown Pro series tools look really nice. And I want to try one. But I can't speak to them, obviously, because I haven't. Megan's home. What'd you miss? Well, there was a premiere before this show that I think was maybe my best premiere of all time in terms of like the number of people that were there talking and having a good time. I've had the same carbide bits for the past 4 years. Still, yeah, because you sharpen them, because you're careful. I'm only on my second ever square bit. So like I'm down $20 by replacing my bit or my tip instead of sharpening it. Yep, Roy Underhill uses hand tools. Norm Abram likes power tools. Doesn't make either one of them better than the other. Right? I watch Shannon Rogers work with only hand tools. I watch Mark Spagnuolo go mostly power tools with some hand tools. I watch people. Everybody's got their own approach to doing stuff. Get the results that you want. If you're not getting the results that you want, figure out why and adjust. It's great watching stuff blow up. McGill gets it. It's the finished product. Is like, are you happy with the thing that you made? Then you made it right. You made it the correct way if you're happy with the result. And really, in the end, are we ever totally happy with the result? No. There's always something that you look at and you're like, I could have done that a little better. This could have been a little tighter. That cut could have been a little better. Just improve. I watch Matthias only work with garbage wood and Raspberry Pi computers. Well, that sounds fun. I'm glad you enjoy doing that. Megan, do you like mini bowls for dip? A collection of them made from pieces off the floor. How much glue do you like in your bowls? Do you like there to be a lot of glue? Or I need a new beer. And then guitar? No? Yeah? I don't know. Ratio? Yes, we're going to need a ratio of wood to glue that you prefer for your bowls. Like, is 20% glue too much? Mike just put in a big order for glue. Sure, I had to call my boy at Starbond. Be like, look. Is there any chance I can get another package? Big glue sponsorship doesn't even cover it. You're not fooling me. You wouldn't smile about that. It was hilarious. This stock went up 3 points. I should buy stock in Starbond, the amount that I use. Rainbow CA glue for when you run out of one color filling so many cracks. Yeah, you just layer it. Go clear, activator, brown, activator, clear, activator, black, activator. You make like plies of glue colors. He was so traumatized he's been drinking since he turned your bowl. I was drinking while I was watching the turning of that bowl. We played a drinking game during the premiere. There's every time Mike says the word crack or cracks or crackage, take a drink. And that's why I'm not turning anything in this show, because I was drunk by the time this show started. I have pen blanks that we're not doing because I was like, whoa, shouldn't have played the drinking game during the premiere. Spoiler alert, Pinnell. God. I didn't turn during the live show. No. We just sat here and we talked about the bowl. You've been drinking and chatting this whole time. Yes. Why is this a surprise to you? It's not abnormal, really. I don't think I've turned anything on the live show 3 weeks. I mean, this week it felt like I did because there was a half-hour video that started at 5:30 of me turning. So it felt like I turned on the live show. But I didn't. And I'm not taking the guitar down either. Nope. We did talk about Megan Fox a little bit for some reason. And Justin Bieber came up again. All right. Later, Grandpa. I appreciate you stopping in. 3 weeks, we're all just riveted. Yes. Everybody comes here to watch lathe work. We just sit here and talk and drink beer. Next year, I'll get back to turning on the lathe. I do more than 40 shows of turning on the lathe this year. You guys can go for a few in a row without it. This is my 49th live show of this year. I'm not going to try and beat that record next year. Next year, I'm going to take a couple weeks off once in a while. I said that this year, but there have been some weeks where I should have just said this is not a week for a show. There's 52 weeks in a year, and I missed 2 for markets, and this is the second last week of the year in terms of Saturdays. I'm slacking. I'm gonna go check your YouTube channel and see how many shows you did this year. Guessing it's not 49. And that makes me better than you, Jason Bass. It really doesn't. Didn't we skip wife's birthday? Yes. Yes, we did. So maybe this is only my 48th video this year. God, I suck. Hey, Mike, one CR guy to another. Thanks for the advice buying the Laguna lathe. Yes, working great. Looking forward to watching your content in the new year. Thank you, Rob. Hope that Custom Grit is treating you good. Met Rob in the parking lot at Tim Hortons. Sold him some custom. It felt like we were doing a drug deal in the parking lot because I was like, he's like, you got the stuff? I'm like, yeah, I got the stuff. And I'm skipping the next week. There's only one more Saturday in this year, and that's Christmas Day. The Saturday after that is New Year's Day. He didn't trade me beaver balls for the Custom Grit. No, he gave me actual money. And then I went down, the guy that Rob, it's been a while. So the guy you were talking to me about that you had just bought the Narex chisels from down in Black Creek, just past Black Creek, Merville, I guess. I went and saw a couple days later, and I bought his number 45 hand plane and the Narex mortise chisels and a couple of squares. Still working on figuring out the Custom Grit. It's a little finicky. It's not too bad though. What is it that you're trying to figure out? I think you might the expectations of the results might be off, because we were talking about how like it doesn't get polyurethane shiny. So no show next week? No show on Christmas Day. When I'm at my parents' house having dinner. We talked about that last week, and we joked about how it would be cool if I just put the camera up in the corner and we had dinner and all the Ashwolls got to join my family dinner. But my mom would not go for that. Are you going to show me the frickin' chip and dip, or do I have to go watch the premiere vid? Megan, I can't possibly show you the chip and dip. Like, it's not physically possible for me to show you the chip and dip. Jax will be live next Saturday. Yeah, because it's Boxing Day for him. He's doing like next Saturday here isn't Christmas for him. And he won't be live. He hasn't been live in 3 months. Whatever was it? Go grab some scraps. It's physically impossible for me to show you the chip and dip bowl. There may or may not going to say one way or the other, the final shot of the premiere tonight may have been me having beer beside the fire pit in the backyard. It's smooth, but it doesn't stay that way. Sanding to 600 before it doesn't stay smooth. Okay, we're going to have to figure that out, because is the wood, are you turning dry wood? Because I've never turned wet wood and applied it. So maybe if you're turning wet wood, it's still trying to dry, and it's running into that layer of wax and causing a problem. Might get it figured out by the time we get through the cans. I think dried bowl blanks, really? Okay, let's work through it, because I don't want you to use up those whole cans and not be getting proper finish. Let's not work through it tonight on the live show, but let's get I was just about to say, let's have a 3-way with me, you, and Scott, and try to figure out what's going on, because that shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be wearing off. Not only should it not be wearing off quickly, it shouldn't be wearing off. Yeah, we need to work through that. Yeah, we'll get that figured out. Maybe a Zoom meeting. Somebody said, let's do a Zoom meeting. Maybe we should, we'll just do a talkie, some kind of seminar type situation, because that should not be happening. I've never seen anything like that. It's for the OnlyFans account. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll have a Waldrop Davies Grant. I can't believe I forgot his last name. But a 3-way Zoom session. We'll record it and put it up on our OnlyFans account. Used it for the first time this week, and it's absolutely incredible. It's a really good product, and it bothers me that you're having problems with getting it to be a really good product. So let's get it figured out. Because I've never experienced an easier product to get a fantastic finish with. Send me some and I'll try it and let you know how it goes. Yeah, Lenzen is just desperate to win something from this channel. And unfortunately, we didn't turn anything that he could possibly win. Do you want that pen that doesn't retract all the way? That we were talking about a few weeks ago? That people were trying to give me tips on how to fix it so that I could, and I never did. Because we could do a draw for that tonight, and then you could not win, and it'd be funny. Somebody else wins the cherry pen that doesn't retract all the way. It's just over there. Get this cherry pen that only it's not gonna, it only almost retracts all the way back into it. On satin gold that I made when I was doing my 2 pens in a bowl extravaganza, it's like really close to fully retracting, but not quite. So I didn't take it to the market because I wanted to see it, if I could maybe get it fixed, but I haven't had time to bother doing it. Oh no, we have to keep it a thing that Lenzen never wins anything. That's pretty funny too. Gotta run. Happy holiday season. Thanks, Rob. Come over to my shop on Passage View and yeah, sure. We'll set it up. Happy to see your setup. We could just keep Lenzen from winning anything forever, and it'd be like a running joke. And it'd be hilarious. Okay, let's do that. Maybe I do want to be able to fix that, because once in a while you do, like, I do press it in a little bit too far and it doesn't quite retract all the way, and it bothers me, so I can't sell it, and it just gets put aside. I got a walnut one too. That one's actually even worse. I don't know if that's as far as that one goes in. You pull it out a little. Yeah, you can't, dude. Like, I pushed the transmission into the brass tube too far. So when you screw it in, it is too long. And we've already established I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know how to fix that type of shit. I mean, oh, dude, Waldrop in the box that he's sending is everything you need to disassemble a pen. Yay! Yay! Okay, I'll be able to fix it. Good. So I'm sorry, Scott. Where's Megs? I need backup. Yeah, no backup for you. She's going to think it's hilarious too, because she has a wonderful sense of humor. Stop picking on Scott. Don't get Megan. You're supposed to be on everybody else's team right now. Some awesome rosewood pens. Oh, they're pale in comparison. Sand off the top of the refill. We talked about that, but then whenever who buys it needs a refill, they're going to put it in, and it's not going to retract all the way. So that's kind of a jerk move to be like, this is the only, like, the ink that you start with is the only one that's ever going to fit. I'm just going to wait for Paul's package to help me disassemble pens and pull those tube out. You can pull the transmission out. I physically can't. I mean, maybe I could rig something up to be able to do it, but I don't know how, and I'm not going to bother figuring it out. Even if he won something, it would just end in disappointment. God, I hope so. I kind of want like a certain percentage of my life now to be about Scott Lenzen being disappointed. Have you ever watched a video of his? I don't know who his is. Who are we talking about now? What do you mean you hope so? Oh. Won't work for the person who steals the pen. Yeah, see, like, you take the pen insert out. You'd sell the pen with a half dozen extra refills, cut down to length, and let them know to buy shorter ones. See, that's the thing, is you can take this bit off and just like sand down this a little bit and then make it fit. But then it's like a custom ink thing that people can't buy just a refill of. I'm gonna wait for Paul's package, and it's gonna help me custom refills at 2 times the price. I'm sorry, you have to come back here for your inserts. Your ink inserts are only available at mikeswoodenthingsandstuff.com. That's not even a URL. New beer. They could just be disposable. Yeah. Just honestly, like, I don't know that I'm ever gonna go through it. Like, I have 2 of my own pens that I use. I don't think I'm ever gonna have to replace the ink in them for how much writing we do these days, like with a pen. Like, nobody's writing letters. Nobody's doing accounting with their pen. They're making a grocery list, maybe. They're making, like, nobody's using a pen enough to run through ink. Well, not nobody, but almost nobody. You'll lose it before you run out. Yeah, see, exactly. It's not like you can write or spell anyway. Well, you'll save a lot of ink not using commas or periods. So, like, yeah, that's a good point. I wouldn't have to fix this one for Lenzen because he saves a lot of ink by not using punctuation. Mike's Wooden Things and Ruining of Scott Lenzen. I thought Jax was my nemesis. Feels like it's Lenzen these days. Just ordered some Taylor Murfield pen kits. Hey, never heard of it, but I'll trust you when you say they're nice. I'm appreciating the quality of the pen kits that I'm getting from William Woodwright here in Canada. Like, compared to the pen kits that I've gotten from Penn State Industries, which is clearly a garbage company. I'm never going to be sponsored by Penn State Industries or Varathane. Or Kraft. What did I bash on Kraft for? Well, I'm not going to be sponsored by Kraft because Bob Kraft. Can't you just make your own pen blanks instead of buying them? Yeah, you make your own pen blanks, but you can't make the hardware, the tubes and well, I guess you could. I wouldn't be able to. Like the little metal bits that create the pen out of the pen. I don't buy pen blanks. I buy the pen bits that make the blanks into pens. Or Pepsi. Yeah, I'll probably never be sponsored by Pepsi either. Can't be sponsored. I won't be sponsored by Pepsi or PSI or Varathane or I don't know. Justin Bieber. Or Scott Lenzen. I don't know. Yeah, I have a feeling that Lenzen might hop on the financial support train at some point. He'll throw me a $2 super chat in order to win a pen at some point. Because remember, we figured out that when you super chat, you get more, you win or something. Oh, we're having fun again. It's good times. They get Jack Daniels to sponsor. I mean, I would drink it if they sent me some for free. I don't know that I'd buy it. I did like the Jim Beam honey. That was a good product. Are you supposed to admit that? Got to save money for these crazy walnut prices. No, you don't. You have to not go there. We've talked about that. Don't buy wood from those people. Wild turkey's a good one. Wild turkey, I would take Maker's Mark over wild turkey. But yes, could make blanks from their whiskey barrels. Nice. I've got access when I would like it to a whiskey barrel wood supplier. Saskatelphia. I sent you free guitar parts. Does that mean you're sponsored by Waldrop Guitars? No. Yeah, well, sort of. Sponsorship. See, because I got free Starbond glue too, but they're not sponsoring me. They sent me product to use with the expectation that I would say their name. It's a gray area. I don't think I have any actual sponsors of the show. There's nobody that's regularly paying me. I got free epoxy. I haven't shown off yet, but I wouldn't call them an epoxy sponsor. They just sent me some free product. I'm sponsored by my patrons on Patreon. This is true. All right, later, Jason Bass. Thanks for coming, friend. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Feels like sponsoring a channel is more than just like free stuff or purchasing an ad space. Like, what's his face? Four Eyes. Chris Salamone. He's not sponsored by Squarespace. They purchase advertising space on his channel. Where the Powermatic sponsored the Wood Whisperer because they gave him free tools and paid him to use them. Does that mean I have to send you a full guitar for sponsorship? No, you can do that, but that's still not sponsoring the channel. They like if Waldrop Guitars, hypothetically, if Waldrop Guitars wanted to sponsor the channel, to have like this channel is sponsored by Waldrop Guitars, it would have to be like an ongoing payment schedule type situation. Pinnell sponsoring the channel. Another drink on me. Happy holidays, and thanks for not giving Lenzen a pen. Anybody else want to sponsor Lenzen not getting a pen? No, I see sponsorship as like, I don't know. See, there's these weird gray areas of sponsorship and advertising and like pitching in on stuff. Like, I fully thank Paul Waldrop for pitching in on the guitar build situation. He Waldrop Guitars could have been considered a sponsor of the guitar build as a specific investment thing. But I don't know. It's just all these weird gray areas. Don't like the Wood Whisperer. I don't know if I want to. He's a good businessman, and he makes nice furniture, and he's a good instructor. But I understand your perception of that, and yes. Mark hit on a business model at the right time, in the right place, in the right venue. But I don't. Feel like a politician right now. Well, these are also not a fan of Jimmy DiResta. Well, yeah, no, Jimmy DiResta can suck it. He's I never liked Jimmy DiResta. I don't understand why 4 bajillion people follow Jimmy DiResta. Like, try watching his stuff, and I'm like, God, this is garbage. You don't look like a politician? No. I would not get elected for things. Can I get a refund on my super chat? Yeah, you just all you need to do is you need to file a you talk to Bezos. No, he's Amazon. Fuck, who cares? You want me to send you some money? I'll send you some money. I don't care. You go give it to Mark or Jimmy. It feels like you might give enough money to Mark. I don't mind. Mark Spagnolo is a good worker, a good woodworker who has a good business model. He's a good instructor. I understand Waldrop's point. Jimmy DiResta, I don't get in terms of like why that's a thing that people watch. But I don't understand why people watch the stuff that my kid watches either. I go through the living room, my kid is watching people doing all kinds of weird crap on YouTube, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. That's a business model. That's fine. It's fine. I don't get it. It's fine. Who is this Mark dude? Mark Spagnolo, the Wood Whisperer. He's got a woodworking university, essentially, and he's probably the most successful YouTube woodworker ever, I would think. I think that's probably safe to say. He's the most successful YouTube woodworker. And because he started in 2007 and there was nobody else doing it, and he built a following and he built a university around it, essentially a university. And he's a great instructor and he's got a good business model. but I understand what Paul was saying. Can't do split screen. It'll melt my brain. Yeah, no, you wait till after to watch that. A nice collection of hand planes. Are they difficult to find in Canada? Becoming harder to come across here in the States. I don't really look for it. I'm not a collector of hand planes. I buy them when I stumble across them for the right price at garage sales and flea markets and on Facebook and Craigslist and stuff. I don't really look for them, so I don't know if they're hard to come by or not. I know that there has been a big influx of people into the antique hand tool market that is probably to blame for the difficulty in finding them. Yeah. What are your feelings on Sec? Gotta go look up his name. Okay. He's gonna become a show where I just rag on YouTubers. Got really pissed at Durest on his first guitar competition. Yeah, okay, fair. Never said who his charity was and put little effort into it. Because he doesn't have to. Like, yes, I think he is, his situation has gotten out of hand. I don't think he understood how that like huge exponential growth all of a sudden was going to impact him and his business of doing things. And he's just constantly trying to like, I don't know what I'm doing here, just put some stuff out into the world. Got a TV show for a little bit and he was clearly out of his element. I feel my brain shrink watching Mr. Beast. That's one of those guys that my kid watches, and I'm like, he's just throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars in the air and making people play games for it. And I'm like, damn, that'd be awesome. But really? The 3x3 custom. Tamara's good. She seems like a good person. Ramsey, he's got a good business model too. Everybody is on their own journey and they're doing whatever it is that they should not have gotten into this. It's Megan's here. Look at this. I totally forgot. I was waiting for Megan to show up so I could open this package from Megan. Let's see what she sent. And then we're going to shut the show down. At this point, oh, there's a flicker. We're going to shut the show down because at this point, I'm just bashing other people on YouTube. And that is not a good place to be. Everybody is doing their own thing. And most of them are doing it better than me. And it's going to come off like jealousy. And I have no interest in that at all. This is not a competition. We're all doing... What's he... Oh, it's taped up there too. It's like, why is this ripping? It should be just opening. Yeah, it's getting ripped. Oh, there we go. We're just ripping the sides out. How did you... Ah, it smells like fragrance. Ah. Is this fudge? So much tape. Why did you tape? Okay, serious? There's tape down here too. There we go. We got some kind of tissue paper. See, that is potent. Damn. Okay. Coast of Maine Suds and Such. I like that. That's good. Handcrafted soap and wellness products, eastofmaine.ca, and Spirit River, Alberta. Oh, that is intense. Like my eyes are starting to water. I'm not sure I can open this anymore. Oh, look at this. Whew. Okay, we got Isle of Ardenelle, Frozen inspired. This is, I got a selection. I got a selection of fudge. Look at this. Various flavors. I'm not good with scents. I have to go open the door. I need to turn this fan off. Whew. Okay. This one's got like an epoxy river on the bottom. Run, Run Gingerbread Man. We got... This one doesn't have a... Oh, pint of stout. Canola, olive, coconut. These are like fancy-ass soaps. Some honey. Rice bran, sunflower oils. Oh, see, she is serious about making soaps. Cocoa butter, olive oil, canola oil, sweet almond oil, activated charcoal, and espresso grounds. Okay, these are some serious soaps. It feels like she was attacking me, but it's also super generous. It shouldn't have that much scent. I'm sensitive to scents though. That's the thing. It's like I'm overreacting, but not like I'm not acting like I'm overreacting. Like I actually am having an overreaction because I have a sensitivity. Thank you so much for the box of soaps that I'm sure are awesome. I like this guy with the river, the epoxy river at the bottom. And it's got like an epoxy guy at there. It's a gingerbread man. I didn't even notice that he's a little gingerbread guy popping out the top of the soap here. I like the snowflake one too. Like super nice, well-crafted soaps. We have a soap artist in the family here, folks. I've seen a lot of fancy soaps at markets and stuff. Those are probably the nicest of the handcrafted soaps I've ever seen. Handcrafted soaps are not my thing, obviously, because I'm having a reaction. But those are possibly the nice. If you're a fan of soaps, artisan handcrafted soaps, you should be taking a look at East of Maine. What this one doesn't have a website on it. Eastofmaine.ca. MANE, not the state. East of Maine, as in Lions Maine.ca. Those are impressive soaps. I have a soap sponsor. You're shutting down your toxic soap factory. It's not toxic for most people. I'm sure it's like most people are fine with the just ambushed by a pleasant odor. I'm ambushed by all kinds of pleasant odors. Like, I almost had a divorce over Scentsy. It's like I just can't do it. My face starts doing weird things. I'm sorry. I can't, like, just talk my face out of doing weird things when the scents hit it. The smell built up in the box for a week or two. They partially could have been like the explosion of scent. Get a new face, right? I'm sorry. I can't just get a new face. Thank you very much, Megan, for the things. Saturday, I could use one of those when I take my weekly bath. That's a good point. I think pint of stout. It looks like a beer. Like it looks like a Guinness. Well, no, Guinness would have a little more head. But read the note later. Oh! There's a note. There's no note. Oh! There's a little gift bag of little chocolates that has a note in it, but that's private. That's just for me and Megan to know about. It's like the bath video for the OnlyFans. That's what I'll do. I'll go have a bath during the Waldrop and Scott threesome with some pint of stout handcrafted soap. I found the note. The note's in here. Little handwritten note that I'm gonna read later, privately, after my eyes refocus. I don't know what it is about scents. Like even like natural scents, like if people are they're like essential oils and they're like, oh, it's not an artificial chemical scent. It's a scent, and it, I don't know, messes with my face. I'm just happy we got an unboxing in 2021. We did numerous unboxings in 2021. I unboxed my DeWalt shop vac in 2021. I unboxed my block plane in 2021. These are fancy pants. Look at you with your snowflake embedded. Goes all the way through. It's translucent. Look at this. Translucent snowflake in this soap. Lady knows how to make soap. Unbox the Grinder. Was that 21? Yeah, that was 21. Planer was also unboxing in 21. Yeah, what are you talking about, Pinnell? I have one more beer. We're going to shut it down. I have to watch those videos to see that, I guess. Yeah. See, and then people wonder why I don't pay you. Thank you so much, Megan. I very much appreciate it. It might seem like I don't, but I really, really do. This is super thoughtful, and you are clearly very good at what you do. Did you ever find the Nightmare Before Christmas belt? That I spontaneously remembered that you asked about. Don't pick on Chris. He'll put me in a timeout. I don't think he can put me in a timeout. I think I might be the only one that he can't affect. All right, Bennett. See you later, man. Thanks for coming again for 2 hours. Plus the premiere. Maybe if I could. Yeah, I bet I would get muted like that. It's like, oh, he's picking up the guitar. Here you go, everybody. You did find it, but it wasn't. Oh, okay. So you found it, but it was out of stock. Take it easy. Thanks for the entertainment. Hopefully I can catch a stream again. Well, I almost said it's every Saturday, but January 8th, we'll be back in action every Saturday, 5:30. Taking 2 weeks off to end the year. Because literally Christmas Day, New Year's Day. Bye, everybody who's leaving. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season with their loved ones. Braids in the beard. Can you have 2 weeks off as well? I don't know. We'll have to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that live on the show. Okay, Pinnell? This is like an external discussion that we don't want to have in public. 2 weeks to make you a pen? Well, considering we've already established that you never get anything. Yeah, let's wrap it up. It's another good show. It's been a fantastic year. It's been a really good year here live on the show with you guys. I appreciate you coming week in, week out, or not week in, week out, just popping in once in a while and then popping back out for a bit. I appreciate all that too. Like, I don't think you guys understand really how much I appreciate the fact that people come here and hang out with me while I do this. It's amazing to me that this has become a thing. And it's because of you guys that it became a thing. And I can't thank you enough, honestly. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. However it is that you do it. we'll get back at it in 3 weeks, I guess. Christmas Day, New Year's Day, January 8th. We'll get back at it. You seem like the kind of person I'd hang out with and have a beer. Yeah. You know what? If you're ever on Vancouver Island, you let me know. You pop by. We'll have a beer up on the deck. Good Christmas. Yeah. It's just amazing that we formed this little group community of people who are just having fun, hanging out, and appreciate each other. I think the world needs to have a little bit more appreciation for each other in general, and that's what we've got here. So let's stop being sappy, and we will continue to deny Lenzen a pen, as Pinnell has pointed out. And apparently we send frickin' poison to each other in the mail and make our faces explode. We're going to shut this down. We're going to let Megan go watch what happened. Thanks, everybody. It's it. Toxic scent bombs. They wouldn't have been as bad for anybody else. See you in 2022. Actually, you'll see me again at least twice more this year, because I got at least 2 more videos to go before the end of the year. But we'll see you again live on January 8th, I think. 3 Saturdays from now. Bye, everybody.